Are you a small American-based content creator who's kind of freaking out about the potential TikTok ban? What helps me chill out, because I am a chronic worrier and a expert panicker, is one, understanding the facts of a situation, and two, creating a roadmap so I can be proactive instead of reactive if the worst case scenario does indeed happen. Hi, my name is Erica. I am a certified project management professional and marketing consultant. I make some videos here, day in my life, thought leadership type videos around marketing and project management consulting. And for those of you who want to become freelancers or want to, eventually get out of corporate and have your own small business, kind of guiding you through all of the stuff I've already gone through to make this happen so you don't make the mistakes I made and it doesn't feel as painful for you to do so. So today we're going to go through those 2 points there of understanding the facts of what's going on with this TikTok ban or the potential TikTok ban, and two, creating a roadmap for you if you are a small creator or if you're someone who's consulting with small creators on how to prepare for that. Okay, so part one, what the heck is going on with this? I'm going to be reading a little bit because I don't want to get anything wrong here. It is December 23rd when I'm filming this, and we are getting new information almost every single day. So as of right now, the future of TikTok is very uncertain. But here's what we know as of today. In April 2024, the US Congress enacted legislation that was requiring ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, and other programs like Lemonade, but ByteDance is the Chinese parent company, to divest its US operations. So that means that they wanted them to sell specifically the US TikTok operations. So all of the TikTok offices that are in the United States right now are actually controlled by the ByteDance parent company, which operates out of China. So they wanted them to divest all of their US operations and sell it back to the United States. So China and ByteDance would completely lose control of that by January 19th, 2025, due to national security concerns. So those concerns are, there's really 4 main categories: data, privacy, and access. So basically, they're worrying that the Chinese government could access certain sensitive data and then misuse it. Influence operations. So like this comes back to a lot of stuff with the elections, but like the spread of misinformation, potentially influencing or impacting election results. Public opinion or societal trends, potential espionage. So espionage is essentially spying, and so they're worried that there are people spying on the United States through TikTok and gathering sensitive information about the citizens of the United States, the government officials, and military personnel. And then fourth is geopolitical tensions. So obviously China and the US are not on the greatest of terms, and China having all this power makes the United States really uneasy. Especially their influence on the global digital infrastructure and security. So that's a little bit about why they want to get it off the internet. So TikTok appealed the law. Obviously it was shot down. So then their next step was to try to get the Supreme Court to take the case, because they're going to try to argue it as unconstitutional, among other things as well. And the Supreme Court has agreed to hear it, and that is happening on January 10th, 2025. So that's 9 days before the ban is supposed to happen. We don't know if there will actually be an outcome determined on January 10th. We just know that there's probably going to be a lot to hear that day. So President-elect Donald Trump has verbally said that he wants to support keeping TikTok. He thinks that's a big reason why he won some of the younger population during his election. So no matter how most of us feel about him, he might be a helpful instrument in keeping it around. So then there's these people, and they call them bookies, but they're like forecasters, predictors, those types of people. And right now they're predicting there's an 80% chance that it will not be banned, just because of all of the different legal jargon going into this and new legislation that is being brought up. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be banned. Those are just predictions, but that might help put your mind at ease. If a ban does happen, we don't have a factual outline of what will happen, but if it were to follow standard protocol, then what we would expect is that it would be removed from the App Store, so you wouldn't be able to update it or download it anymore, and eventually all existing users in the United States would just lose access to the platform, and it would cease to exist and function in the United States. So there wouldn't be some like crazy update happening to our phones. We just simply would not, we slowly would lose functionality over the app. That is the facts of what's going on. So now let's talk about our proactive roadmap for small creators amidst this potential ban. It's time to talk strategy. So there's 3 parts to our roadmap, and that is diversify, build, and secure. So just remember those 3 words: diversify, build, secure. Let's get into it. The first thing is diversify. So, if you've consumed any content on preparing for this ban, then you've heard people talk about diversify your content, diversify your platforms, and they are correct. You need to expand onto other platforms, because if the platform you're making money on is going away, your only option if you want to continue creating content and monetizing it is to get onto other platforms. So you can look at things like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Threads, YouTube Shorts. So monetization opportunities, a lot of them are going to come back to brand deals. So if you have brand deals on TikTok currently, you should be talking to those brands and creating a plan, working on potential scope changes, working on new contracts, and starting to move your audience to other platforms. So Instagram monetization is primarily through brand deals. YouTube, they have an ad revenue program once you reach, I believe it's 1,000 subscribers. Brand deals and affiliate marketing is another route there. And then there's things like Twitch and YouTube Live, where you can do live streaming and you can have donation and membership based money coming in. So monetization strategies, that this is something that you need to be working on if you are a small creator who's making money. How are you making money right now? If it's brand deals and sponsorships, you need to hit that hard on the other platforms, or really have open conversations with those brands. Everybody is aware of this potential ban. So if they like you and they like your audience, they're probably going to be willing to work with you. You just need to come up with a strategy and start building and moving your audience onto other platforms. Make sure you pull your analytics from TikTok, have screenshots ready before it's gone. Do all of this before, archive all of your videos. We'll get into a little bit more of that in the secure section, but make sure that all of your analytics are screenshotted and you have a media kit of some sort that you can showcase to these brands and prove that you were able to build this audience in X amount of time. You know, if you did it on TikTok, even though the algorithm is different on other platforms, you can likely do it again. Another monetization strategy is affiliate marketing. So this would be, there's like an affiliate program for everything. Like if you type in Adobe affiliate, let's say that you are a graphic design influencer, like there are a lot of amazing graphic designers on here that post about their designs or post them co-working live. So you can look up how to become an Adobe affiliate. I'm an affiliate for the course I took my PMP course through. So what you do with this is you get an affiliate link and you get commission off anyone who purchases through that link. And affiliate programs range, so I encourage you to do your research and make sure that you're getting a good deal for the content that you're putting out. But that is an avenue. You can create your own products or services. So you could sell merch, digital products, online courses, ebooks. You could also do services. I'm a service-based business, so I sell project management and marketing consulting. You could look into something like that. There's also Patreon and subscriptions. So this is for if you have a really loyal community, even if it's small, just loyal. You can offer like behind the scenes things, or like if people pay you $5 a month, they get all this exclusive content or something of that nature that they're willing to pay for because they just love your content so much. I could see somebody like Shelby Sacco having a really good Patreon. So if you don't know who that is, look her up. That is an example of a very loyal, engaged community. The second part of our strategy is build. So you need to build a loyal audience on all of these other platforms. And the building phase is probably the most excruciating, but the most important. Micro creators are in right now. Macro creators are, still bringing home crazy amounts of money, but in terms of an audience engagement and audience retention angle, the micro creators are really what people want to see. So this video is for those small creators. So take advantage of the fact that you are the hot thing right now. Build an email list. So this is going to be the most valuable asset you can have in your toolbox, is having people's emails, because by doing this, you are able to show brands that you have somebody that's willing to subscribe over and over again to what you provide, and they were willing to provide personal information to get that. You would never give them the personal information, but an email list is so big because it's a personal touch point with your audience. That goes a step beyond being on an owned platform. You own your email list. You obviously don't own TikTok. That's why we're in the situation now. You also don't own YouTube. So an email list is a way, like it's an infallible fallback plan. That's a double. It's an infallible plan. So to gather emails, you can use your website. We'll do a little bit more on that in a second. You can use your social media and do like a link in bio and have an email newsletter sign up link. You can also create lead magnets. So this could be an ebook. It could be a discount on a product. It could be a giveaway. It could be exclusive content, some way to get your audience to exchange their email address for some type of premium from you. So once you gather your emails, you need to retain them. So Google things like nurturing, email nurturing strategies. And maybe I can make a video on that for you. So you have that in your back pocket. But feed them content from other platforms through your email newsletters. So like send them your top performing Instagram video for the month or your long form YouTube video for the month, and then track the clicks on what people are the most interested in. Make sure that you're tailoring your content for what people want to see, especially on that email list. This will keep your unsubscribe rate low. And third, for the build phase, is to set up a personal website. So you could literally start with a free Wix website, because with websites you do eventually pay to play, but it really is not that much money. I think my hosting cost is $200 a year and my domain cost is like $5 a year from GoDaddy, and I host on Squarespace. And I just build my own theme. But if you want to like purchase a website theme to build from, those are probably like $30 to $50. But you don't have to do that right away. You can start with just a free Wix website or a free Squarespace site. Have a blog on there, have an online store if you sell a product, or links to your services, and then links to all of your other social media profiles, ways to keep your audience coming in. Have a sign up for your newsletter thing at the very top above the fold. Which means above the fold means if you click on a website, you're seeing it before you scroll. So if you scroll, you're officially below the fold. But yeah, your website is essentially just a hub for your audience to hang out at. And then once you start to get used to having that website, you can deploy SEO strategies, which is something I'm going to be creating a lot of content on in 2025. But that will be a way for you to pull in organic viewers and new traffic. And organic traffic is like the epitome of success in the online world. That is what we all want, because it is free and usually very, very highly qualified traffic. The last step in our roadmap is secure. So first of all, download and back up all of your content from TikTok. You don't want to lose that. You want to have your analytics, you want to have your content on hand, especially if you've gained traction, because then you can reuse those ideas or you can reuse those videos on other platforms. Which puts us into point 2, which is to repurpose content. I would not just take your video and post it, but I would rather take it, rewrite it for an Instagram script, because Instagram, I think it's a 90-second limit. I think YouTube shorts are a minute limit, or maybe if it's a really high performing video, you turn it into a long form YouTube video or a long form blog, and then you email it out in your newsletter. But having those videos for you to refer back to will help you so much when you're trying to create new content, write new scripts, storyboard, plan things out, research, all of that. Okay, the third step in secure is to consider income in a very realistic sense. So my advice would be to go out and get a side gig now, because if this ban happens, side gigs are going to get flooded with small creators that need to somehow replace their TikTok income. And even though TikTok's not gone yet, I would prepare for it, because at the least you'll just have more money in your pocket, and then you can drop the side hustle if TikTok doesn't go away. But if it goes away, then you're somebody who is proactive and ahead of the game, and you're not scrambling come January 19th, January 20th, 2025. And my final tip is just to monitor the legislation and the legal updates that come through. Stay on top of it, and this will allow you to act really quickly as these updates come in. You'll be able to stay informed, you'll be able to stay level-headed, and you will be one step ahead of the game. So those are all of my tips. I would keep posting on TikTok up until the very end. Keep trying to pull in new people and move them to other platforms at the same time. Some will go, some will come with you, some will go, some will leave. That's just part of the game here. Try to view this as a new challenge that it's for you to adapt to, for you to grow. I know it's frustrating and scary, and I can't imagine, I'm not a creator that earns money on TikTok, but I can't imagine just basically your job, somebody being like, yeah, you're probably gonna get laid off in about 20 days, good luck. So hopefully this puts your mind at ease, or at least gives you some action to feel a little bit more in control of the situation.